Okay, trying out a couple of things right now. First thing I'm trying out is I want to make a video while I'm working. So I've just been having trouble, kind of getting a video production process to fit into my regular schedule, my real job, my regular life stuff. So I'm just going to try making a video today while I work. Like, how can I squeeze in some concepting, some shooting, and editing, and see if I can get something published before the end of the day. Another thing I'm trying out is I've got two different microphones on, so I can do a quick little test, and I can switch from one microphone to the other microphone and see how they compare. I know which one is going to be better. I just want to know how much better. Like, is it actually worth the money? Okay, so, what's really weird though, before I get totally into the work stuff I wanted to talk about, I'm reading about just weird things in the universe like neutron stars. Neutron stars are really weird. Okay, so how much something weighs is a function of how dense it is. Weight is a measure of mass in an environment that has gravity, like here on Earth. So something that is very dense, like lead, weighs a lot, and something that is not very dense, like wood, weighs less. So now there are places in the universe where the gravity is so great that it has compressed matter. In this case, a star has such, this particular type of star, a neutron star, has such immense gravity that it has been compressed down to a very small area. So we normally think of stars as massive, and they are insanely massive. Our star is like 100 times the diameter of Earth, but a neutron star might only be like 20 miles across, like really small, but it's still all of the normal amount of star squeezed into that tight little spot. And so it means that if you could get a little bit of that neutron star stuff, if you could scoop it and have it here on Earth, it would just be unimaginably heavy. So I did a quick little Google, and it says here that a teaspoon of neutron star would weigh about 1 billion tons. 1 billion tons? A teaspoon? Okay, so I did some napkin math on that, and I tried to think of the thing that, the smallest thing that I can kind of imagine how much it weighs. Like, I can see it, I can feel it, and I was like, like a small bug, like a really small, like a flea, Like, if you think of a flea, like you can, if you ever have to deal with fleas, if you got pets or something, and you're used to like the size of a flea. Well, a flea, if it were made out of neutron star material, would weigh approximately 200,000 tons. That's all. I just, I think it's crazy that exists. Meanwhile, I got to go to work and make money and go to the grocery store and, buy food and go to the DMV and pay my taxes and say hi to people on the street. And meanwhile, neutron stars exist. And they're out there. And it's crazy because nobody's talking about it. I just think that's really nuts. But anyway, on with our regularly scheduled programming. I wanted to talk about this really cool cabinet I've got that I've been using as a prop for desk working positions. Now I love this thing. I hope you can see it. I know it's a little bright in here from these, and it's messing with my exposure, but we're just gonna roll with it because I don't care right now. Okay, so I've got some furniture sliders on the bottom of this thing, and that means I can just kind of push it around wherever I need it to be. It doesn't scratch up the floor or anything. I realize this is an odd thing to have under your desk, but trust me, it's amazing, okay? Chairs suck for working at a desk, all right? I'm just gonna say it. A chair is a piss poor way to position yourself for a day of working at a desk. Now, I've been working from home for a while, like not just pandemic time. And so I've developed some strategies that have, for me, revolutionized my experience working at a desk. Now, I've been through what I feel like is the gamut of desk working solutions. You know, I've sat in the office chairs, I've tried the sit stand, I tried sitting on a physio ball and, bouncing while I work and, all of this stuff. And I always ended up with all sorts of side effects of the particular strategy I was using. And, whether it was just a lot of, tightness up in my traps and upper back, and maybe my low back hurt, or I'd get really tight hamstrings and calves, and all of this stuff. And I'm fairly aware of my bodily sensations. I've done a lot of work training myself and other people, and so I make note when something I do has an effect on my body. I note it. And so, I've always just been aware of how I was working, what it was doing to my body. And I wanted to improve it because I don't want to get done with a day of work and be suffering from that. And then say, I want to go do something after work, and I don't feel good. I don't feel loose and limber and alert and ready to go do stuff. And by the way, am I even recording right now? Okay. Whew. I had a scary thought there, like maybe I hadn't pressed record. That would have been funny. Okay. Anyway, I've tried a lot of things. And since I've been doing this is one of my favorites. It's not the only way to do things. It's not the way that you should do things. I don't know how you should do it. But I do think you should try and figure out how you should work at a desk like this. I think it's worth exploring to figure out what works for you. And I think it's worth defining what works, as in what is a successful strategy. And for me, that means, am I able to do my job, first of all? It can't interfere with my work too much. Does it keep me alert and energized and motivated? And does it allow me to get through my day? Can I work a full day and still feel good? Do I feel motivated at the end of my day to continue doing stuff? These are all things that I kind of want to make sure, boxes that get checked, that kind of thing. Okay, so what is this thing? Why don't I have a chair here? What does the cabinet do? Okay, the cabinet is a prop that I use to position myself while I'm working at my computer. And what that means is I use it, let's see here, I'll slide it out, and I've got a few positions that I put my body in that I can run through. It's sort of like a playlist of positions that feel good. So I might start here and work here for a few minutes, okay? This is sort of like almost like a pigeon pose kind of thing. And then when I start to get bored of that, or tired, or fatigued or something, I can switch to something like this. Now, right away, you may be thinking, okay, there's no way I can work in that position. That may be true. Your own situation, your own mobility and strength and stamina or whatever, everything that is you is going to define the best way for you to do things. And that's going to be something for you to explore. I'm not trying to tell you that this is what you have to do. I'm trying to tell you that this is where my exploration has led me, and it's a good place. Okay, so I can work in a position like this for a while. Then I can kind of do the opposite of that first position and internally rotate my leg. And then I can work here. Then I might switch, do the other side. Nice and easy. Slide over my cabinet. Put my leg up. Okay. Next position. Next position. That's all cool. I can do that. Then I can even sit on it cross-legged. I don't do this one as much, partly because it's not as big of a surface that I kind of need. I had originally intended to sit on it cross-legged more, but well, it's just not quite big enough, so it makes it a little awkward to kind of fit my body on it. But anyway, I do it, just not quite as much as I thought I would. So there's a cross-legged position. Okay, when that gets old, push it back in, and then I've got a slant board. Slant board is great for keeping my calves supple and stretched. Oh, it feels good. Like it actually just feels good. So I can hang out here, stretch my calves while I work, switch it up whenever I'm ready. Look, the goal is to keep moving. You know, any given position I might hold for a few minutes. That's okay. When you get tired of it, you move on to the next position. And that's the key. I don't want, maybe you do, but I don't want to be stuck in one spot for too long, because in my experience, that is what creates the problem. It's whatever position you're in has a half-life of usefulness to you. And then it's best to move on to another position. Maladaptive, when you occupy the same position for a long time, your body is it's holding a lot of tension in that specific positioning of your body. And that will create pain. That'll create lasting tightness. And so I want to try and occupy as many positions as I can during my workday. I also want to break it up. I want to go outside and take a walk, or do a set of squats, anything to kind of keep my body moving, keep circulation up, give myself some occasional, physical stimulation. And those things help keep me fresh and focused and good to go for an entire day. Where I used to get really fatigued and just plain tired of working, after like 5 or 6 hours, I was just like, man, I'm done. And then the last couple hours of my day would not be productive. I'd be lethargic, I just, mentally slow, unmotivated, and my day was basically done. I'd still hang out here, but I'd probably spend most of my time just browsing the internet or watching videos, because I just didn't have the energy to kind of keep being productive. But this working strategy that I've developed helps keep me focused, and it also helps keep me energized for activities outside of work. So when I get done with work, I still have some energy to go do stuff in my day. Okay, I think that's enough for right now. I just wanted to introduce you to a few of those topics, show you my basic strategy for how I work a full day at my desk and feel good at the end of my day, which is so important, because the end of my day, when I'm done working at work, I still want to have a day for me. I still want to go do things. I still want to explore. I still want to go take my camera out and find beautiful things in the world and go and have fun with friends or go on a hike with my wife. I want to do stuff. And I can't let my job take everything. So this is part of my strategy to maximize how good I can feel in a day, minimize the negative effects of working on a computer at a desk all day. And I would like for you to be able to develop a unique strategy that works for you, that gives you all of these great benefits. And they are great. I love it, and I want you to experience some of that too. Okay, that's it. Thank you.